Okay, so when you look at the sheet, so I'm recording, but y'all can still ask me questions. I'm recording just so any other class that wants this could use it. I may or may not share it with you. Depends on how you're paying attention. Okay. All right. So here's the deal. You look at these things and tell me what are things we need to mark on our graph. So y'all just read the top and the underlined stuff and tell me things I need to draw on my graph. I'm going to go ahead and draw my axes. My axes.
So you gotta have 3.
Wow, that's yeah. So figure the line. Okay. You love saying that. It's one of your favorite lines. I'm gonna get you for Christmas if I did buy students t-shirts, but I don't. But if I did, I'd get you one that's like I'm about to fail. Like, because that's what you always say. All right, even though you're not about to fail. All right, so we got a graph. Y'all tell me something about the graph that you read.
You gotta have 3 minimum.
3 minimum maximum. What do we mean by minimum maximum?
3 peaks and 3.
Yeah, you gotta have something up here, something down here, and it's total, not 3 up top and 3 down low, just 3 total. Okay, so we gotta have 3 places where our graph is up high, down low. 3 places. Okay, that's one thing. I really am encouraging you right now. If you're not doing this with us, you really need to do it and set down any faults. No one in particular, I'm just saying. Make sure that you got this. Okay? All right, so you don't draw anything yet. You follow me, and then you're going to create it. Okay, so we need 3 relative, what else? What else?
At least 4 minutes.
Okay, so it has to be at least 4 minutes long. I would tell you make it between 4 and 10 minutes. Between 4 and 10 minutes, okay? But here's what I would do. When you're drawing the minutes, so if I put this as minutes, time, sorry. So if I label this as time in minutes, so time, that's terrible time, but minutes. Okay, so time in minutes, okay? If I made my ride 4 minutes long, are you with me? 4 minutes. If it were me, now your squares are tiny squares, so you don't have to do this. Since these are decent size, I'm going to make this 1 minute. Will it fit? 2 minutes? Oh, it won't quite fit. 3 minutes? Okay, so I can't even do that. Let me erase. I'll make every 2 squares a minute. What was the question? Go ahead. I heard a wait.
It has to be at least 4 minutes.
So I'm going to make this 1, this 2, this 3, and this 4. I'll tell you what, I'll make mine a 5-minute ride. There we go. Okay, yours don't go by 2s. If you go by 2s, it's going to be this tiny. Are you with me? So if you want to right now, you could draw this axis and make it anywhere between 4 and 10 minutes. I don't care. But what would be a good spacing? How many blocks should you skip before you write 1? 2 is going to make it kind of tiny. I kind of like the 5 idea. So like if you do 5 squares to make a 1, then what would be at 2? How many squares would you go over to get to 2? 10, like that. Are you with me? Or do y'all follow what I'm saying? Go ahead and draw that. If you want to go by 5s, if you want to do something else, so in your graph, on your piece of paper, you might have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3. So anywhere between 4 and 10 minutes in time. The bigger you make it, the bigger the numbers will be. That's what I'll warn you of. So probably you want to stay in a 4 to 7 minute range. The bigger the numbers, the ickier it'll be as you go through. All right. What's something else that this tells us we have to do? So I've got my 4 minutes. Oh, let me give you a minute. Let me help. So right now, if you do this with me, you're getting this set up. And then Wednesday, you would just try to finish it up. Question? Yeah.
He has a question.
What?
He actually has a question.
Yeah.
Don't be scared.
No, this
Yeah, I watched that game. That was fine until the third quarter. All right, yes, okay. So my people watching the video, you can fast forward as you want. I'm literally just teaching class. So there's my picture. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes. Okay, let me look. You just pick your type, right? So we decided, because my squares are so big, I get every 1 minute 2 squares. You can. You don't have to. You don't have to. Leave space so you can go down below, though. Leave some space so you can go down below. Okay? What's another thing that's key to this graph now? What else is key?
250 feet.
250. So look, you do not have to go by 2's up the side of this. If I want to go to 250, look, what could I go by on mine? What would make sense on mine? Maybe by 50s and every square is 50? Would that look right on yours? Maybe not, okay? But I'm going to go 50, 100, 150, 200, 250, and I'll go to 300 because it could go up then down, right? So there you go. Are you with me? Yes, no? Is anybody lost on what I'm doing? Please tell me if so, because 250 is where this is going to go up to. And I'll even go ahead and draw a point. It starts right there. There's my point. That's the beginning of my line at 250. Okay, if you're watching a video right now, it's best, unless it's me, somehow you're streaming it. I don't know how you do it. It would be best to do that. I'm not calling anyone out specifically, Cameron, but I'm just saying that if you're watching a video right now, it would be best. Okay. All right? So there's 250. Yes, sir. Go ahead.
How many units do you recommend going up?
Yeah, again, you might want to do 5 again. So it's all like each square is 10 or something. You know what I'm saying? So, but just mark at 50. Go 10, 20. So like if I were doing it, I might go 1, 2, 3, 4, 50. 1, 2, 3, 4. Like that. You know what I'm saying? Because you want to have some space to be able to draw. Okay? All right.
It's so hard, not
All right. Now,
I messed up. I gotta do it again.
it also says it dives below the ground at least once. So what is dive below the ground going to look like? It's going to cross what? The x-axis. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make mine easy. I'm going to mark it goes through at 2, comes back out at 3. Is that fair? So I'm just marking where it goes under and where it comes back out. Are you with me? Don't do 2 and 3 because I did 2 and 3. You know what I'm saying? But pick, And then it also says, yes. What's that? How did I get the 250? The 250 is listed on the sheet. Huh? I just chose it. That's your choice because you're making the roller coaster. Do you see what I'm saying? You could dive through between 1 and 2 or 1 and 3. I don't care. Like I don't care. Okay? All right? Now, okay? Those are our rules. Okay. Now look, flip the page over for a second. Okay? Let's read step 1 because right now we're just creating this. We're doing step 1 right now. So step 1 will be done when we complete this. So, okay, don't worry about the color blue and red yet. Okay? There are how many roots? How many roots should there be? 4 roots, and 1 is a double root. At least 4. There could be more, but at least 4. Okay? So think about it. Do y'all remember what a double root does? This is edumacation. Double root. A double root, remember the line does what? Does anybody remember? On a double root, the line touches and just keeps going. So it just touches and goes. So here's what I mean. If I had a double root right here, for instance, it would do like this. It would go boom and just touch and go back up. You see what I'm saying? It would just touch one time. That's a double root. It touches and goes. Yeah. But it touches on the axis. You know what I'm saying? So it just touches on the axis.
Doesn't matter what point we put it at.
What's that? What's that now?
Doesn't matter what point.
No, you could have done your double root over here. You know what I'm saying? You could have done your double root at 2. I don't care. So if this would be my sketch. I would go underground a little bit, come up. So there's my roller coaster's going boom, drops down, comes out from the ground, the double root touches, and I don't know, I'll finish at 100. That's where the ride ends. I don't know. Okay, there's my graph. That's okay. Now, if you're like, that's not a very fun roller coaster, feel free to make it as complicated as you want. Mathematically, it'll be a pain in the tail. Okay, so I'm saying we're trying to keep it sort of simple. Now, let's see if we fulfilled all the rules. How many relative maxima minima did we need? 3. Let me count. 1, 2, 3. Hey, I got an extra 4. Okay, so I'm good. You can have more than that, but that would be my graph. Are you guys with me? So you draw, kind of do your line now. It should be a nice curve. So draw your curve however you want it to look. I would not do a bunch of dipsy-doos here because that's imaginary roots and it's funky. I would say, okay, it's going to drop down and go underground or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Okay? All right, people watching the video, I'm going to pause it because I'm going to give everybody a few minutes to do this. Okay? Maybe I'm going to pause it if it'll pause. Oh, it won't pause for me. Son of a bee sting. Oh, it did pause. Oh, no, it unpaused. Well, that's weird. Oh, because it's not a touch screen. You can laugh at me now. Once you've got that, you can choose one of 2 ways to eventually turn this in. Okay? One is, I've got this paper. You could make it a little booklet. Like you could take a few sheets of paper and a booklet and just stick each thing on the page. Make sure it's labeled. So you could be like, my roller coaster. You know what I'm saying? So that I can flip through and give you credit for what you did. Are you with me? Or you can put it on a piece of poster board. So you could have a piece of poster board and just put it all on one poster board. Do y'all follow me? So you could do a little booklet or you could do a poster board. I talked about doing it online. I think it's going to be way more work to try to do it online. It's going to be way harder for me to grade to do it online. I think it would make sense, poster board or booklet. The booklet, the reason I'm doing either is because if you're like, I can't go get a poster board or I can't run to the dollar store and do that, I understand. Then you could always do a booklet, okay? And I'll give full credit if it's neat. I'm not going to be like, oh, you did a booklet, not a poster. Well, in that case, whatever. I don't care, okay? All I would do is fold up about 3 pieces of paper, fold it, staple it. There's my booklet. You follow what I'm saying? What's that? So that would be you could cut this out and put it as page 1. You see what I'm saying? Or you could put it in like so it fits in the entrance. You see what I'm saying?
Wait, we have that one more.
No, this is the one graph that you do. Okay. All right. Everybody with me? So here, I hope that if you're on your phone that you're making sure you know how to do this. I love phones. I love phones. No, I don't. No, I don't. Okay. So, look at the next step. What does the next step say for you to do? Just look on the back. Step 2. List all the zeros or roots of your polynomial. So somewhere, list your roots or your zeros. So my zeros, what are my zeros on here?
The x-intercepts.
The x-intercepts, which are in this case are what? 3, 4, and 2. Okay?
Yeah, 2, 3, 4.
So look. So my roots. The roots are 2, 3, and 4. Now 4 is a what? It ounces. So it's a double root. So 4, it's called multiplicity. You don't have to write that, I'm just telling you. Instead of writing, like 4 happens twice. That's what multiplicity means. It happens twice. That's all it is. It's a fancy word for, yes. Yours is weird? Oh, is it? If it's a decimal, it's okay. It's better if it's like 0.5-ish or something. You know what I'm saying? But if you can get it to be, yeah. So you're what? What's that? 2. So 2 and 4 and 5. 2, 4, and 2 is your double root, right?
4, 5.
Okay. All right.
You're not a decimal.
All right.
Yeah, I don't know what it says. I got 0.5, 0.8, and then.
Look. So listen. You've just done step 2 because look at it. Be sure to include at least one of each of the following in your design. 1 double root, so 4 is mine, multiplicity 2, and 2 real roots. Are these 2 real roots?